Everybody, welcome into the WagerTalk TV YouTube channel. I'm Tony Mejia from SportsMemo.com. We're going to break down one of Major League Baseball's Thursday night offerings. The card is evenly split somewhat with a couple of matinees and a handful of evening games, and a lot of series will begin. A handful of four-game sets in baseball, including the series that we're going to be talking about out of the NL Central, as the St. Louis Cardinals and Cincinnati Reds square off in St. Louis. And it'll be Mikolas against Andrew Abbott in game one of four. The Cardinals have surged into a wild card spot in the National League, while the Reds are sputtering here to close out June. They've lost four straight series and are looking to get back on track heading into July. They come in with a 37-43 record. So this is game 81, the exact halfway point for them. The Cardinals come in at 41-38, including a pretty solid 22-16 home record. The Reds are 17-20 on the road. And like I said, they've lost four straight series. This is a team that had a 7-game winning streak from June 2nd to June 8th. They looked like they had everything together. And then, the bottom has fallen out for them over the last couple of weeks. They dropped a lopsided decision to the Pirates on Wednesday, and now are hoping that they can get things going against Mikolas. And full disclosure, Miles Mikolas is a pitcher I was looking to fade to start the season, and it worked out really well. The Cardinals lost 6 of his first 8 starts, but since then he has really found his groove, and I have come off of that. I'm going to exercise caution when seeing Mikolas on the mound, as opposed to going to an instant fade. St. Louis is 7-4 over his last 11 starts since April 26th, and he's had 8 quality starts over his last 10 appearances. So got to tip your hat to him. The outs prop for him tonight is 17.5, and coming off a doubleheader against the Braves on Wednesday, I would think that the ideal scenario for Marmol and the Reds would be for Mikolas to pitch into the 7th inning. So I would definitely lean towards the over here. He's recorded over 17.5 outs in 7 of his last 8 appearances. Andrew Abbott pitches for the Reds, and he's been up and down this season. Both of these pitchers come into this matchup with pretty identical numbers. Their records are even at 6-6, both of them. Abbott has the better ERA at 3.40, while Mikolas is at 4.68. The WHIP is almost the exact same. Mikolas at 1.16, Abbott at 1.18. Abbott has 70 Ks to Mikolas' 67. Abbott has 26 walks to Mikolas' 17, and they both worked over 84 innings. So again, these are two pitchers that have pretty much given their teams what they had desired from them in terms of being a workhorse in the rotation, especially since both have had injury issues within their starting pitching. So who do we go ride with here? Typically, this would be, again, the Reds, because the Cardinals struggle against left-handers. Only the Miami Marlins are worst in OPS in all of MLB against southpaws. But the Cardinals did have success against Abbott when they saw him on May 28th. They beat him 7-1. He gave up 6 runs in 7 innings, but probably should have been out of the game after 6, because 3 of the runs he gave up came in the 7th without getting an out, and he should have been out of the game with the score 3-1. But Nolan Gorman and Nolan Arenado homered against him in that game. Wilson Contreras is 1-for-1 with a home run against him as well. Arenado is 4-for-7 in his career. Dylan Carlson's 2-for-4. Brendan Donovan, who's really hot, is 2-for-5 against him. And Mason Wynn is 1-for-3. Donovan is somebody to target in the runs, hits, and RBIs department if you want to go prop here to the over. I'm sure it's at 1.5, but Donovan is 17-for-40 over his last 10 games with 3 home runs. He's really been carrying the St. Louis offense. The Reds are collectively hitting .237, but Elly De La Cruz is on a tear. He's 15-for-40 over his last 10 with 3 home runs. So maybe he can get the Reds going against Mikolas, and we'll see if Jake Fraley makes it into the lineup. He was scratched Wednesday due to a lower leg contusion. Will Benson has hit Mikolas really well throughout their careers. He's 5 for 8 with a home run against them. Ellie is 2 for 8. Jonathan Indy is 6 for 18 with 3 home runs. Spencer Steer 4 for 9. So a lot of these guys have had success against both pitchers, and which leads me to our play here. I think we're going to go to the over. It's going to be a humid day in St. Louis. Temperatures are in the high 80s, and it doesn't look like there'll be rain in the area. Slight wind blowing in, but that doesn't scare me off, especially with the total of 7.5. You've got guys like Nick Martini, who will probably be in the lineup if Fraley can't get cleared, and Stuart Fairchild, who have both homered against Mikolas. So even though Mikolas has turned things around, and I'm not going to fade the Cardinals as I normally would with him on the mound, I will just fade him and say he won't pitch an impeccable gem. So the Reds will get some runs, and the Cardinals will get some runs off of Abbott, having beaten him once already this season. St. Louis won the season series against Cincinnati 7-6 last year, and is up 2-1 this season after winning 2 of 3 in Cincinnati in late May. So again, the Cardinals are looking to expand their lead in the wild card race over a handful of teams. The Mets are now back up to 500, and they would love to widen the gap against the Reds at home in the first of this 4-game set. The Cardinals are favored. They're a money line favorite of -138, -140. The Reds are a underdog that will bring you +110, +120, depending on where you shop. If you back the outright upset with Cincinnati, wouldn't talk you off of that. But again, I'm through fading Mikolas for the time being, and we'll just ride the total here on the over on 7.5 runs between the Reds and the Cardinals. Make sure you smash that like button and are subscribed to all of our videos here at WagerTalk TV so you never miss free information. Also follow me on Twitter at Mejia Dinero, spelling down there below, and you can check out my page at Sports Memo at sm.buzz/TDM to get all of my package offerings and free plays that are available on that page. Again, make sure you hit that like button, and thanks for watching. I'm Tony Mejia. Have a great Thursday.